Okay, good evening, everybody. Okay, Madhavi, you want to start with your question? Let's start with your question.
Yeah, I'm in exception handling. There is a error. Native method. What is native method? Don't know.
Right. Native method is a little complicated subject to anybody, including myself. So what happens? The native methods are methods that dependent upon the actual operating system. So certain things, certain low level calls, right? You know, when you're reading a file, when you're writing a file to see if file has security or not, because these are all actually OS level questions, OS level details, right? Operating system knows, right? Whether a file, whether when I'm trying to delete a folder, whether this guy has proper permissions or not is actually maintained or governed by the operating system. So
Okay.
what happens is those kind of methods are declared native, and then at runtime the JVM relies on the operating system to provide, because if it's if it's Windows, then those native methods under the hood they rely on these Windows libraries, DLLs. Windows has certain DLLs. So this is very OS specific, operating system specific details. So it calls those specific DLLs and get the answers. In the case of Unix, it uses it calls the under the hood Unix calls to see if to get the result. So the same native method is actually not implemented by, it's actually that particular behavior is different based on operating system. So that's when we use the native methods. But if you show me
Okay.
what the error is, then you know.
Yeah. 1 minute.
Yep. In my career, I myself have not never written a native method yet.
Yeah. Can you see that?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, file not found exception. Oh, this is
Yeah, it's a very simple program, but I don't know why.
yeah. See this? Whatever I said exactly matches, right? See here, file output stream dot open. That's a native method, meaning you are trying to read from a file or you are trying to write to a file. Here you are trying to write to a file, right? Okay.
Yes.
Here you are trying to write to a file, and when you are trying to write to a file, something called stream. Stream is like a pipe. So you open a pipe to the low level file, okay? File is residing in the operating system, right? Yours is Windows operating system. In Windows operating system, you have a file. So you have the java training.txt, and to that file you want to write.
Yeah.
Whether I can write to that stream or not is derived or is governed by the operating system. That is why this is native actually. So when you say file output stream dot open, it actually relies on operating system. It actually calls the Windows DLLs to open up the file. But so this is what you're talking about, native method, right?
Yeah. This one.
But the point is, okay, I explained what the native method is, but now let's get back to the more realistic thing. See here, java.io.file not found exception. Hey, you don't have C:\java training.txt. You don't have the file, and you are trying to write to that particular file. So you create file not found exception. Hey, I'm sorry, I could not find this C:\java training.txt. Did you understand?
Yeah. because this file is not there, so it is showing file not found exception.
Got it. Make sense? Create a file in Java called Java training.txt in C drive. Everything will work fine.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay.
Fair? Madhavi? Or you have something else?
No, that's okay. So how can I create means, okay, yeah, I will create.
You can create a file, right?
Okay, yeah, I will do that.
Yeah, okay. Shawan, ask your questions.
Yeah, the question is, see the equals and the hash code method that you told us about?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very clear. I mean, it was explained pretty clearly, and I saw it several times. And basically, what you're saying is, it's a dictionary data structure, and it's going from this thing. I mean, basically, it's generating a hash code, going there. Everything is fine. But there is one question that's still lingering in my mind. That is, see, when from within the program, the equals method in the java.lang is being invoked at the time of adding the object, right, in the students. Like student 1 you are adding to students that linked list, and student 2 you are adding. At that time, equals method or hash code method are being invoked from the java.lang, right?
Java.lang is a package. You have to tell me the class name. I think you're talking about hash set.
Hash set, yeah, perhaps the hash set, yeah. Let's call it, yeah, hash set.
Yes.
So, so now the thing is, and that is being overridden in my own class as equals method, and the hash code method, I'm overriding them.
We are talking two different things. One. So first of all, this basket you are writing into this basket, right? So here, this is the basket you are putting all the students into, right? Right. So this is a student object.
Correct.
Okay. This is your hash set. So this is where all the algorithm happens, right? So now here, student extends java.lang.object. An object has a equals and hash code. By default, equals gives equals checks the object reference, but we are overriding equals with our own definition of whether two students are equal or not. Similarly with hash code. Now, when you are adding these students into the basket at that time, because hash set under the hood, as I said, it's actually array data structure.
Correct.
Okay, at this time, to find out where it needs to put the student, what is the index, that's when it will call the hash code. From hash code, through the complex algorithm, it will find out that, okay, I need to place this student 1 at position 3.
Yeah, that part is well explained. I don't have any doubts about that. Only thing that I'm asking is the equals method or hash code method that is being invoked is invoked by the hash set. That collection thing, right? Okay, now when I override something, I have to make the invocation myself. So how is it coming from java.lang to my own class, even though I have not done the overriding myself?
A lot of things in what you said are little. No. I don't need it. I need to clarify certain semantics here, Sean, before we talk about it. Okay. Let's step back slowly. Okay. Let's not rush. Your student extends. You don't have to write, but java.lang.object, right?
Right.
So already from java.lang.object, here you already getting certain behavior.
Correct.
Right? Which is
very minimal behavior, which is not sufficient for me.
Exactly.
Correct.
So some generic behavior.
Very generic.
Now you are overriding. Let's take it very slowly, Sean. In student, you are overriding your equals and hash code. Now, let me finish this one before you say the next word, because I want you to pay attention here.
Sure.
So now when you say student1 equal to new student, okay? Now, when you're trying to add this with certain name, certain age, certain email address, etc., right? Now, when you try to add this student1 into the basket, at this time, hash set calls the equals and hash code of your objects that you are trying to add it into the basket.
Okay.
So obviously, the object that you're trying to add here is student object. So obviously it will call the students equals and it will call students hash code, meaning it is going to call the overridden methods.
Okay.
Because
so
JVM always finds out, always points to hey, I don't care about how you program it. Maybe you wrote object O equal to student1. Actually referencing java.lang.object. But JVM never cares about what object you are using to reference to. No, what is the real object inside it? The real object is student, and it will call equals and hash code of student, and that is why it works. Now you tell me.
Okay, now so it is acting, so it's being called when you are doing the instantiation, right? Student1 equal to new student. At that time it's being called, right?
No.
Okay. At the time of addition then?
Exactly. When you say set of student, set of students equal to new hash set, and then you say students dot add, right? When you do students dot add and then student1, at this point all the algorithm happens, because your students, what is the type here? Hash set. So your hash set, inside hash set add method will do the magic here.
Okay, but this is not this is a little different from the overriding that we have done before. It's like happening under the hood.
Exactly.
Okay. Because the overriding that we have done before, there we are the ones who are making the invocation of a certain method. And it's going and looking at the local level.
Exactly.
And overriding that.
Right.
But this is a little different. That's why. Okay, that's fine.
Yep. You can definitely override. We looked at the overriding examples in vehicle, an animal, dog, pug, etc.
Yeah, that's fine. Those are general overrides. I got that.
But here, it's the same concept. I want to say that it's exact same concept. It's just that you will not call the equals and hash code. You will not see them calling. You will not call them. That is why it is not explicit.
Correct.
You can't understand because we are not calling equals. We are not calling hash code. But how the heck it's happening under the hood? Because it's that way. Okay?
Yeah, that's the only thing I had. And another question I have is, with a certain program, I need to really get the control to show you what I mean.
Okay, definitely.
Okay, how do I get the control?
I will give you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in this program, see, this is just a laptop mutable module, new, etc. And where I'm creating a link, creating an array list.
Okay.
And the array list's name is list1.
Sure.
Okay. And I'm creating another one, television list2.
Super. Okay.
Now I just try. This is working, no problem. But I just try to put E over here.
Okay.
You know, there is a way of being more generic, so as to really pass the value of E. It did not work for some reason.
It does not.
Okay.
It does not. That's a feature, not a bug. If you're wondering, I'll tell you.
Okay.
In the next class, after today, I'm going to ask you to watch a video on JDK5 new language features. Probably not next one, because next one I want to concentrate on agile and unit testing. But after that, I'll ask you to watch a video called JDK5 new language features. Okay. There we'll talk about the concept called generics. Here,
Okay.
you are saying list of laptop mutable. This is how we read it. Okay. So whoever writes, whoever implements list, right? In the java.util.list, if you look at it, they defined list as list of E. Meaning they will hold on to that E. Okay, they will hold on to that E. When you say add, here they will say E.
Okay.
They will hold on to that type. Okay, if you're not getting it, people, don't worry about it, because we didn't talk about it.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Okay.
Maybe I'm confusing from last year. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. No, it's exact same thing.
So it's a meta variable then.
Those E's are used at the defining time of the class. Let me make myself presenter. If you
Take it.
if I want to make small. What I'm saying is, if I am creating a class called myList, okay? MyList, right? So here, my point is, so this is how they typically do it, and then they will hold on to this guy here, and when I say add here, they will say add E, like this. So this is what is called generic way of defining. These are called the real generics. But what we are doing is, once you define this class as generic, then you can use myList of string, myList of student, myList of laptop. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then when you try to do add, it gives you the type safety. That's why I don't want to talk about it, because it's probably confusing at this point. I don't want to start in the middle.
Correct. That's fine.
Because before this one, you need to heartfully understand what is type safety. Without understanding, you will not understand that concept. That is what.
Okay. Fine. Thanks.
So any other questions? Anybody?
Okay. Another thing that that hash map demo 2 program.
Okay.
Where you have a lot of tree set and tree maps and all those things.
Okay.
That was not there in your this thing. I could not pull it out actually. That's not there. And the name is not demo 2. You named it as dempo 2. There was a typo error also, but
Which
I
one is
could
that?
not really get it.
Is
See, it was hash map demo2.java. It should be, but it became dempo 2, that one. So that I'm not getting in our. I couldn't pull it out. That's a very crucial program actually.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have this one?
No, that's not there in your. See, I went from my. I went to your repository, SVN, and didn't get it there.
Okay. Oh. No, you should be getting it. I mean, are you getting it from Core Java Feb 2015?
Yeah, I went there at Code Java Feb 2015.
Okay.
But over there I didn't.
Yeah, let's talk it offline. After
Okay, no
the class, let's look at it, because it has to be there. Yeah, see, it says the. So anybody else? Any questions? Okay. So did you all watch exception handling video? Everybody, can you please take a minute to or a second to Respond, okay. Uma, everybody, okay. Okay, no problem. So, any questions on exception handling, or was it really everything is good? Yeah, Sailesh, I think I can understand yours, but so I'm going to give a couple more videos to watch, so that I wanted to talk about something else, and in parallel, I wanted to start implementing them in our library program or rental program, one of them. Okay, I'm still thinking about it. So we have to start implementing them, and I'm going to ask you to watch a couple more videos here, and because I'm going to talk about something different, something more something more interview oriented, or actually more not interview oriented, but actually more practical. So some of the things that I have not
Go
talked
for it.
about.
I need that.
Yeah, some of the things that I have not talked about before. Let me talk about, I think I talked about it somewhere, but let me talk about it. Okay. Today, I wanted to talk about a few things today. I wanted to talk about, I need to recap on mutability and immutability. Okay, I'm going to mention one more time, I'm going to talk one more time the difference between mutable and immutable. And then I'm going to mention that java.lang.string, our string object is immutable, and then I'll introduce the corresponding counterpart called a string buffer. And then we'll talk about some classes in API. I'll talk about the date class, calendar class, simple date format, etc. And then I'll show you how to play with the dates. Then I'm going to talk about how to use Java API effectively. I think I mentioned it, I touched it in the last class, but I'm going to show you with an example. I'm going to challenge, I'll give you a small sample example. So, and then I'm going to show you how to think about the logic, how to do that. Small coding question, popularly asked in interviews. So how do we do that? Small coding question. And here I'll touch base on, then we will look at API and how to use these API effectively. So because it's not possible for me to talk about every single class and every single method. And then how do you go there and then read on your own in core Java classes? So that's about it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So how did you, can one of you comment on exception handling? And if any of you think, or most of you think, that maybe I should have talked about exception handling here, not um, not asking you to watch the video. I'll do it again. Actually, I can skip and do it too. But I think these couple of videos I already explained, and it makes a lot of sense, so that I can talk about other stuff here, and I'll help you with the more practical interview questions and how to tackle them and how to think really. Okay, and that's my idea. That's how. But I will take feedback of every class, and then we'll inspect and adapt. More agile. Next class is going to be agile. I'm going to ask all of you to come with a lot of preparation, and on Sunday we are going to do a lot of coding. Actually, a lot of interview questions. I'm going to ask you to test drive here. It's very interactive, very interactive session. I highly recommend you don't miss next class. Okay, because it's not like me talking, you doing. It's like we'll be doing it. Pairing will be doing it. Agile idea. So in the next class, what I'm going to ask you is I'm going to ask you to watch this video here. I'll go to previous batch here. Agile unit testing, TDD, and static. You watch it tomorrow itself, Friday itself, and try to practice some on Saturday. And then come here, and I'll come and bring a lot of scenarios here, and I'll have every 2 people pair. Okay? And then we will go for, I'll show you practically what we do in real, agile companies. How do we test drive? So test-driven development, it's a fantastic, beautiful concept. It's not just unit testing with JUnit. It's beyond, it's much more than that. Okay? It's a TDD. Actually, you'll be test driving it, meaning before you write a single line of code, you actually write the test class, Rohit. So it's much more than that. So please watch this in the next, before the class, you must finish your exception handling, and this one, come, I'll show you some magic. And you'll be thrilled. You'll really enjoy it. The fun is guaranteed. Okay. So that's why. In order for me to be able to do all of this, so I'll have to offload certain videos to you guys. Let's without delay, let's talk about it. So can one of you tell me what is mutable and what is immutable? If I ask you in interview, how do you say it? Venkat Krishna.
Shall I try?
Yeah, go ahead, Shravan.
Yeah. See, for the mutable, what happens is you have the basic meaning is this, that the variables have to be are changeable. That's the basic point of mutable. Mm-hmm. So what is done, how it is done is either you use the final keyword to keep it fixed at with a certain value, or you don't use setters or any other method that could mute the variable.
So is that mutable or?
That's immutable.
That is just immutable. Okay, good.
And if you don't do that, if you don't take that precaution, it'll be mutable.
Excellent. Excellent. Yep. Anyone else? Anyone else? What he said is right. Mutability is nothing but the object is mutable, meaning it can be changed. If the state can be changed, if the state of an object can be changed, then it is mutable. But if state is not changing, then it is immutable. We looked at examples. How do I make my class mutable? Well, provide setters. Okay, all of your methods, your provide setter methods, are some way, it doesn't have to be exactly, it doesn't have to be called set, but provide methods to change the state of an object after it has been created. So if the state can be changed after an object is created, that is called mutable object. Immutable object means that the state cannot be changed after an object is created. You have to provide the initial state. How do you provide the initial state? Through the constructors. So you provide constructors, okay? So that is how you create the objects, but no setters. This is called immutable. And one classic class, and we looked at immutable classes, and we did our own immutable classes actually. We created a lot of them, right? And in collections also I gave homework, create the immutable classes and then add to the baskets, add to the list, add to the set, add to the tree set, add to the linked list, error list, etc. Anyways, that is immutable. And one classic object that is immutable in Java, and we use it on a daily basis, is our classic string object. As I told you, string is not primitive. String is an object. Like any other object, string also extends from java.lang.object. Okay? And you don't have to put this explicitly. It is implicit. You don't have to do it. You don't have to say that public class string extends object. Your compiler will automatically provide every class, either directly or indirectly, extends from java.lang.object. And this is a first class citizen, first class object. Okay? So all the objects are first class citizens of Java. Similarly, string is same. So inside the string, you may ask, hey, what is the state and what is the behavior? Well, the state is whatever the string of characters that you're using to construct your string. If you say ABC, if you say new string ABC like this set of characters is state. Let's say these characters are ABC. Okay? This is somewhere stored in the field, meaning instance variable. Somewhere, let's say string. Okay? This is nothing but array of characters, right? These are nothing but array of characters. Now, there are a lot of methods, lot of behavior. There are a lot of behavior. I'll show you actually JDK API. By the way, you may be wondering how I'm getting this, this little search bar. If you don't get it automatically, then in Chrome there is a plugin called Java Doc plugin. This is Java Doc. This is Java documentation. That's what we call it. So, okay, look at it. At how many methods we have. We are asking the methods like a char at, okay, meaning, hey, I'll give you the index and give me the character there. If I returns the char value, go here, read about it. So returns the char value at the specified index, an index range from 0 to length -1. So if I ask this guy here, hey string, can you give me char at, if I call this method like this, char at of 1, then I will get B, the second one. If I say char at of 0, I'll get A. If I do char at of 2, then I'll get the third one. Okay? So, and how many methods do you have? You have code point at, compares to, you can have one string compared to other to see if they are, it gives you whether it is less or more or equal. lexically, as per the dictionary. Okay? And you can do, hey, look at this one. There is a method called concat. So what you're doing is it concatenates the specified string to the end of the string. So what we are doing here is string name equal to Venkat. Okay. And now name is the object reference, right? So I'll say name dot concat. Okay. I'll concat my last name, Hari. Then you must be asking immediately. You just said that string is an immutable object, right? The string is immutable, right? How come this immutable object you are able to change the string? How come you are changing the state of it? Because when you are concatenating, right? Because initially you are having Venkat like this, and then you are going to have Venkat Hari. That is your intention, right? This is one string, and then you are going to change it. How can you do it? Are you getting it? And now let's look at it. Keep that in your mind. Keep that in your mind. You don't have to answer that now. Okay? Now look at it. I'll show you more like a format equals ignore case. Hey, ignore the case, uppercase, lowercase, and then tell me whether they are equal or not. Equals. You can compare two different objects whether they're equal. I mean, two different literal strings as is. Okay? Because it's been overridden by your java.lang, your string class to compare two different set of characters. Format. Okay? And then index of. I'll give you a character and then you tell me where it is, at what index it is. And then you're checking whether it is empty or not. See here? And then replace. Wow, this is very interesting method. Replace old character with new character. It replaces all the old characters with the new ones. See here? So when I say name dot replace, okay, currently name is ABC. I'll say replace A with Z. Then these are all the methods to change the state, right? But tell me one thing. Can I change the state of the object in an immutable class? Can I change the state of the class after an object is created? After an object is created here. After this point, can I do it? Can I? The trick is, in an immutable class, you can never change the state. And the same thing is good with the java.lang string also. Your original string object is never, ever, ever, ever changed. Let me show you what exactly is happening. So try to understand this. String S equal to ABC. String S equal to ABC. Now, tell me what exactly happens here. An object will be created. So this is a whole heap. Okay. Here an object will be created with the characters ABC, and your S is pointing to this one, right? This is exactly is happening in heap. Now, when you do S dot replace A, you are replacing with Z. Okay. You know what happens here? Here you are invoking replace method on this one. And now what it does is it will take ABC, it will find the character A and replace Z, and will give you back an object that holds Z, B, C, like that. Z, B, C. So now an object is created here, Z, B, C, or let me put it this way. It will create an object with Z, B, C. It replaced A with Z, and then it gave you a separate object reference. Let's say S2. Now this S2 is pointing to it, and it is giving you a brand new object. The original object of string is never changed once you create it until the death. The original object string can never be changed, will never be changed. It never, ever, ever, ever changes. That is why it's called immutable. But it is providing a lot of method. It makes you think that the original object changes. No. It is taking the object and then changing, replacing, or concatenation. Concat works exactly same. If I do s.concat, let's say DEF, then it will take the contents of this one ABC, and it will concat DEF. So it will do like ABC, DEF, and then it will give you a brand new object reference. So it is actually creating a new object in heap. Every single time you create these methods under the hood, the string is not getting changed. Rather, it is creating a brand new string, and then you are getting handled to it one. But if you want to, after replace, if you don't want original ABC, what you can do though is you can have your S, the original handle, point to the new object. What you can do is you can say S equal to S dot replace. Whatever the new object that you got from this one, now your S is pointing to the new object. So S is not pointing to ABC anymore, but S is rather pointing to your new object. Now S is pointing to this guy. But your original ABC object is still there in the heap, but it does not, nobody is pointing to this one anymore. And Java has an underlying mechanism called garbage collector, which will freeze up the memory automatically whenever it finds any objects that do not have any references. So automatically this gets garbage collected. But there is an original object, and until death it will not, once the object is changed, it will never change the state. The object is always there with that values ABC. So this is called immutability, and that is why we call string is immutable object. Did you all get it? Any questions? Let's talk now.
So what are the benefits of having immutable objects?
Excellent question, excellent question. So what are the benefits of having an immutable object? Not only with string, but any other objects. We can create our own immutable objects, right? So what are the advantages? The advantage is that when you give this object to somebody, so you are an object here, okay, and you created a string and gave this guy, you created an object in memory and then you gave it to another guy, you gave it to another class. Now another class, either knowingly or intentionally, okay, either knowingly or intentionally, can't change it. So if let's say your string is mutable, okay, then this guy, once you give the object reference, once you give S as part of method argument, right? So what he will do is S dot replace and then A with Z. What you thought is you created a string with ABC and you gave it to him, and he is supposed to replace all A's with Z and create a new object, and he wanted to do with some, he wants to replace for his own reasons. But unknowingly, he changed the original object that you passed it. So after this method call, now you try to go here, the original ABC is gone. Rather, you have the ZBC. Are you getting it? If an object is mutable, when you gave this object to some other object, if that guy, how do you give your object to some other object? As part of your method argument. Last time we talked about, what can go in this two parentheses of the method. Any object can go. So if I give you that one, and if you change my state unintentionally, if your real intention is really to change it, I'm not saying go home and do only create immutable objects. I'm not saying that. Depends on the context. In some cases, definitely your list interface, if you look at it, your list implementation is array list, right? So that is mutable. So once you create the bag and you give this to list to some other object, and he can add more, or he can even clear the whole bag. This is mutable. Okay, but mutable objects, you don't have that extra safety net. When you give it to other people, other objects, they can accidentally do something else on your objects. And number two, in multi-threading, that's the biggest advantage actually. In multi-threading, all the instance variables, we talked about instance variables are fields, right? All the instance variables, or this ABC here in this case, all the instance variables are not thread safe by default. So we didn't talk about multi-threading, but when multiple threads try to enter into that code, one is reading, the other one is writing, you will see some adverse behavior. So that is why always favor immutable objects to mutable, always. But in some cases, you have to provide a method to change it. In that case, go ahead. If it makes sense, absolutely. If that's your business, for business reasons, whatever you are working on makes sense, go ahead and do it. But try your best to make your objects as immutable as possible, so that one, you will not have any thread issues, and number two, you can safely pass this object to anybody without having any side effects, no side effects at all, because nobody can change this. Maybe they can change it and create their own object, but your object is pristine because your objects, no problem with that. Make sense? Those are the two biggest advantages, and everybody tend to ask these questions. Hey, what is an immutable? What is immutable? How do you create immutable? Why string is immutable? Or when I can replace the characters or concat, but still they're saying string is immutable. What do you mean by that? Those kind of questions you can expect, but they provided, but again, this is immutable, string is immutable, but you can't live with all the immutable objects in the world. If that is the case, then then that is the case, all of your car and everything, all the examples that we have seen, the behavior, these methods change the state. When you change the state, that is immutable, right? So you just can't live with immutable and say that I'll only create immutable because Venkat said so. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so even Java, they provided, since string they made it immutable, they provided the corresponding mutable implementation of, they provided mutable string, and that class is called string buffer. Actually, they provided two of them. We'll talk about one of them later. That is called string buffer. The string buffer, this is mutable. And then we use it quite a bit. See, this is how we typically write the code. String buffer, whatever, this one is SB equal new string buffer. And then you can keep appending SB dot append, let's say ABC. Okay. Now it is not creating a brand new object here in the heap. Initially this got ABC. When you said append, now SB dot append DEF, appended DEF, now this became now ABCDEF. Okay, and now when you do SB dot append ZZZ, so you keep appending. Now this is gone. Now it's ABCDEF ZZZ. Now only one object there. This is how you can keep appending. There are a lot of reasons why you want to do this one. So SB.append, you can add several strings, and finally, but this is a string buffer, right? But you didn't get the string representation of it. Finally, you just say SB dot, there is a method called toString. And we talked about toString the other day. This is coming from java.lang.object. SB.toString will give you the final string, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, Z, Z, Z. Make sense? So string buffer is mutable. I'll show you with an example. Actually, I can show you both string and string buffer. Any questions meanwhile? We can chat, no problem, while I type here. Let me show you the string example here.
I have a question here.
Yes, Uma.
Yes, could you please go to the previous slide where you explained the string?
Absolutely. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, here you say S is equal to S dot replace.
Yep.
And S will be replaced, right?
Exactly.
So you said in that case ABC will be freezed, and you said about the garbage collection.
Right. So, later, because now, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. In case if I am just changing the object reference, right?
Right.
In case in future if I don't want to do that object reference, I can still access it, right? I can still access ABC, right? If I remove that S is equal to S dot replace.
If you don't do this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't do this one, beautiful, very good question. If you don't do this one, now my counter question probably is, now your S is pointing to what? S is still pointing to ABC, right?
ABC.
Beautiful.
Yeah, how will you
Now, when you say S dot replace A to Z, now ZBC object is created. How can you get handle on to the ZBC? There is an object created. Your A has been replaced with Z, but your S is still pointing to ABC, but you did not get anything, right? There is an object created on the heap, but how can you get it? How can you achieve whatever you want to achieve? You know what I'm saying? Let me show you with the exact example. ABC, right? String, let's say S1, Uma, or let's say S in this case, okay? Now, S dot, now let me, if I print S here, what happens? Tell me here.
ABC.
Fantastic, right? Now, let's change it. S dot replace. Let's change all the A's to with Z, right? Right? Now tell me, okay, if I print S, what happens here?
Still you will get ABC, right?
Exactly. So, but what are you trying to do here actually? Why did you replace it? You understand it?
Yeah.
In both the cases you are getting ABC. But you thought you replaced it. You did not replace. You did not do anything because you can't change anything here. Did you guys understand now? This is the original object. S dot replace. Now everybody also. Here this is the original object here. Now S dot replace. All the A's are replaced with Z's is what you thought. but nothing happened. You still got this S. That is what I mean by your string is immutable. But now, if you look at it, this one, if you mouse over here, replace is giving you a brand new string now. If you see this one, returns a string resulting from replacing all occurrences of old character. So it is giving you a brand new string as a return type. If you want to capture it, okay? If you want that, then you can do s equal to s dot replace. Now, whatever the object that you got it as part of replace, now your s is pointing to that one. And now you got what you are looking for. Now ask Uma. You were speaking something earlier, and
Yeah. So just in case, if I don't know how practical it is, but just in case in future, if I want ABC instead of this
you can't get it.
ZB,
You can't
I
get
can't
it. You can't get it.
Okay.
Simple.
Because it's freezed. Okay.
Yep. No, you can't.
right.
You don't get handle. I'm not saying it gets garbage collected immediately. It does not, because garbage collector actually happens in its own cycle. You can't really force it. But even otherwise, you can't get handle because it's there, right? You don't have anything to point to. That is my point.
Yeah, got it.
Right.
Thanks.
So this is how you do it. Hey, Rohit, ask. What form of
So Venkat,
data?
I have one.
1 second, Venkat Krishna.
Okay.
What form of data or data type is the object before toString is applied in string buffer? String buffer is in the format of string buffer itself. Like what format will be your student? Your student is an object, right?
Yes.
Agree?
Yeah.
Your student has first name, last name, SSN, zip, etc. So tell me what format or what data type it will be in. It will be in student itself. That itself is a data type, right?
Okay.
So your string buffer also is holding on to all of your string characters, but in the form of string buffer. That's all.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right? But you can ask it, hey, can you give me the string now? Now you can say, you'll get in the format of string. And now, actually, if you remember it, we actually implemented toString. See here?
Right. Yeah.
This is our string format.
Yeah.
And string buffer also is holding, it doesn't have these many, but it's having only one string, which is your data. And then once you say your toString, it will say data, it just returns data. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, basically you're returning in your own particular defined customized format. Exactly.
Exactly. But here in this case, string buffer case, it returns whatever you have been doing there, right? It's just, it is maintaining it, right? It is maintaining your string of characters, right, Rohit?
Yeah,
It just
exactly,
returns
right.
that.
So I can still override Venkat if I want, like you wrote at the end you wrote like sb.toString, so I can still override toString even in that case, right?
You can override toString. In this case, you overrode toString. Okay. Are you talking about string buffer?
Thing. Yeah, in the string buffer.
In the string buffer case?
Yeah.
So can you do it in the Java classes? That's the Java class. You can do it if you have to create your own string buffer. You just say that Rohit string buffer extends string buffer. There you can do it. Right?
Oh, okay.
Provided, tell me, finish that. Provided, any of you, I'm saying that for his question, I said that he can create his own class called Rohit string buffer, extends string buffer, provided,
the string
provided,
buffer is an abstract class or something?
provided, I'm highlighting,
Final.
provided that class is not final. Come on, you can extend any class if that class is not final.
Final is constant.
Not final, yeah, exactly.
So string buffer, you can do it. And I'll show you the same thing here. Your string is also final. So you can't subclass your string. You can't subclass your string buffer. I think you got my point.
Yeah. Okay.
So essentially what I'm saying is you cannot subclass string buffer, so you cannot override toString or any of the methods because there is no point of inheritance. Final classes, those are final classes.
Right.
Okay, because otherwise people provide their own implementations left and right, and then Java loses its value, right? That is why all the these kind of core classes, they did not let all of your number class, big decimal class, double class, all of these are all final classes.
Then Venkat, the example that you showed right now, the toString method, here the point is that you are overriding a class which is not basically a final thing. Is it kind of that context? Am I right?
You are overriding, say that again, you are overriding?
Overriding a class which is not final basically.
That statement is wrong. You are overriding a class. Can you override a class?
No, man, overriding method I mean to say.
Okay, overriding method, good. So far good. From a class that is not
final.
You got it. Precisely got it. What class this student is extending?
It implements this comparable it extends the Java lang object initially.
You got it. So java.lang.object is not final. That is why you are able to extend that guy. First of all, that is why you are able to extend that guy. If at all java.lang.object is non-final, very good. If they defined your toString as final, then also you cannot override.
Exactly.
Final has three meanings in three different contexts. Final constants cannot be changed, or final variables can be changed, final methods can be overridden, final classes
cannot be overridden, and variables cannot be overridden. Yeah.
Not variables. Variables can be changed, methods can be overridden, classes can be subclassed.
Extended, yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now Venkat Krishna. Sorry. Go ahead, sir.
No problem. I don't know if it's a good question, but
there is no such thing called bad question here. Okay, we're all learning from each other, so never. Okay, so please don't.
Thank you. So from what you are explaining is you are saying that some objects will not have any reference, which can be done either by me explicitly or implicitly inside Java. Some objects will use reference, but what's going on here? Should I keep a watch on this? How many references has no? I mean, how many objects has no reference?
You don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Here I never have to worry about it. Okay, so nobody in the world has to worry about it. That is the beauty of Java. If you go back to class 0, probably one of the strengths of Java is that you never have to worry about memory issues or, hey, when you say string s equal abc, memory has been assigned in heap. Okay, memory has been assigned in heap for these these characters here, right?
Right.
When will hey, I'm done using my object here. How do I dereference? How do I deallocate the memory so that I can use that memory for something else? You don't have to worry about it. There is something called daemon thread. There will be a background thread goes on that is called garbage collector, and garbage collector, you have no control over garbage collector. You can't say that garbage collector, come and clean up my objects. You can't do it. It will have its own cycle. Inside the JVM, there is a daemon thread will be running in the background. So that one will wake up and runs based on very, 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 very complex algorithms, lot of things, lot of factors. But you have no control over it unless you are writing your own JVM.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think you got it, right?
Yeah, got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, but Venkat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Venkat, sometimes we explicitly calling garbage collection, right?
We can't.
I have seen that.
We can't. That's one of the questions in interviews. That's one of the questions in interviews. I'm telling you, you cannot explicitly call garbage collector. You cannot. You cannot force it. You can only say that when garbage collector runs, hey, before this object is on deathbed, okay, garbage collector is like a come and take the objects out, right? It kind of kills, right? It's like a killing, the last step of the life cycle, right? It's like going to the graveyard, right? So at that point you say, you know what, before you take my object to the graveyard, can you please do this one for me? Your last wish. You can ask for last wish to be performed, meaning there is a method called finalize.
So finalize.
Okay.
Finalize. I got it.
So
Okay,
that
now
finalize method, you implement finalize method, your garbage collector will call the finalize method right before as the last wish before it hangs that object to the death. Before it cleans up. Are you getting my point? But you cannot do anything.
Yep.
No, it is not like a destructor. Maybe destructor, that's what it does, Sean. I don't know. Really, destructor in C++ world, right? But this one, finalize method, is a method that will be called by the garbage collector right before the object is destructed.
Correct. But it'll do at the end before it goes out, right? End of destruction process actually.
Got it.
Though it's being done by the system, not by me, but it'll do the same at the same stage. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. System will do that. You don't have to do it. Make sense? See this one here? I created an object called Shovan. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Are you?
I'm just unmuting myself whenever required.
No. I'm just making sure your question, did I answer your question?
Yeah, I got it answered. No problem.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
Now, see this one? I created a string buffer here. Now, name.append. The original object has what? It has null. There is no string originally. But now I am appending ABC to the original. So now my new string is ABC. Now I'm appending DEF. Now I'm appending GHI. That's it. You keep doing it. The original object itself gets changed. Now you do just ABC here. Sorry. Just do here your name. You print your name. And then you will understand A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. The original object itself is getting changed. I am not changing. So how many objects here? Only one object. You can get the exact same thing here. Okay. Let me show you exact same thing here. String demo 2. You can get the exact same behavior with string also, but I want you to understand what exactly is going on behind the scenes. String, name equal new string. Okay. Now name dot concat, right? Okay. But you can get the exact same behavior. Look at it. Each time, whatever the new object here, a new object has been created. Of course, here the original object has been created. Here it concatenated. Here nothing. ABC has been concatenated with nothing, and then gave a new object. And now your name is pointing to the second object. Here your name is pointing to the third object. Now your name is pointing to the fourth object. Now your fourth object will have all of this one. So you got exactly same thing. But in this case, you have how many objects created in the heap? 4 objects. 1 object, 2 objects, third one, fourth one, and you printed the fourth one. Guys, everybody got it? I think that's pretty clear, right? I'm checking in. Sweet. Now that's about string and string buffer, and I wanted to.
So Venkat, if you were to put finalize, where would you put it? Finalize means to destroy.
Mm-hmm.
How would you, I mean, how would you put that in the code?
Oh, in the code?
Yeah.
Actually,
Finalize a keyword for unmuting,
that?
immutable is fine. That I know.
No, no, no,
But
no.
I'm saying you said finalize for just before destructor,
See this
just
one.
before garbage
I
collection.
just wrote. So
Okay.
there is a method in java.lang.object that every object inherits from, like your toString, same thing, your hash code, same thing, your equals, same thing. Similarly, you have a method called finalize. Okay? So here you write whatever you want to write. Here, hey, please call me before taking me to graveyard. That is what you're doing. Okay, you can write all the if you are connecting to some databases, if you are connecting to some files, you typically release all those very nicely before the object gets garbage collected. Did you get it? You just write this method, and garbage collector will automatically calls it when it is time for the death. Did I make that clear? Shravan.
Yeah. Yeah. Clear.
Okay. Okay. Now, let's talk about dates. So, like how we have string classes to represent the character string of characters, similarly we have several classes, and one of them is date. This is also important class. This is also in this is not in java.lang, interestingly, but java.util. So in java.util it has date. Okay, so this is in a package called java.util. Okay, and this is also an object represents a particular date. Okay, and you have a lot of methods once you construct it. How do you construct? There are a lot of constructors, and let's look at it. Date demo 1. Let's look at it. So one of the constructors, all you need to do is date java.sql. No, the next one, java.util. Java.util date equal to or now equal to new date. When you do just date with empty constructor, then an object will be created, and that object will hold the current date and time. Current date and time. Now, if you print that now, you can observe it that it will print today's date right this second. Thursday, April 2nd, 7:48:57 EDT, Eastern Daylight Time 2015. Got it? All the way till the second. And this is a date object. And now, if you want to create date like before this, right? Before this. Now I created a date object now, but I don't like this format. How do I print in a different format? Okay. For that, you have a class called simple date format. Okay. A class called simple date format in java.text because it's a representation. I don't like this formatting. I want to do it mm/dd/yyyy. That is what we typically use it. I want to use it. How do I use it? Well, use this simple date format class. Here, see this, Y means year. This uppercase Y means week year. And M means month in year. Okay. Your small m means minute in hour. In an hour, like a 58th minute. Okay. Now it's times 750. So there M is actually 50. But here M is month. Okay. This is April, so 4. So, and D is day in month. Uppercase D is day in year. Okay. So you can get in all of this format. Now let's get it in that particular format. So this is how we do it. We'll say, first of all, let's get the instance of simple date format. Format equal to new simple date format. Okay. And then inside there is a constructor. Here, this constructor will take the format, whatever the format that you want your date to be in. Let's say we want okay, month in year. So we'll say uppercase M because this is month, and now we want D, day in month. Yep, we want lowercase d, and Y is lowercase y. So I want my current date to be in this particular format. And now once I get the instance of simple date format, now this has methods like a format. Okay, it has method called format. Maybe this is confusing because here it's a method. It's a, let's say, simple date format. I can do a right click, refactor, and rename. Everything gets changed. I'll say simple date format, SDF. And now once I get the simple date format, I'm asking my date to format in that way. And now observe the return type of the format. It is returning string here. Okay. And now look at the Java doc here, or you can look at the Java doc here. See this one? Formats a date into a date time string. So what it is giving me a string format. Now I can say string date in now in string format, right? Now it is holding like a string. Now it is holding like a string of characters, meaning today is this, right? So it will create like this under the hood. 04 DD is today is 2nd and 2015. So it will create a string like this. So from date object you are converting into string object, and in your format, this is the format. Did I confuse anyone here? Now in string, this is the default format that your data will give. How did we get it? .toString method, because they overrode toString method this way, but we can put it in whatever the format that we like. Now look at it. See here, we got the same thing in this format, 4/2/2015, and if you look at it, it is changing. The time is changing every single time. Now it is April 2nd, 1954:02. Okay, 1954:02. Now if you do one more time, 1954:26. So it's current date time always. And this is how. Now, okay, this is all good. Now you showed me date. You showed me date for now, but is that enough? No, I want date. I want a date object. I don't want string format. This is a string format, right? But I want date as of. I want date as of 1/1/2015. I want a date object that represents 1/1/2015, January 1st, 2015. How do I do that? Well, we use simple date format for that one too. The simple date format here, right? This one has a format of mm/dd/YYYY. Now SDF has another method called parse. See here. Now what it is saying is, see this one. And everybody who has any doubts regarding what are these method inputs, outputs, this is the time to reinforce your concepts. Look at it. This particular simple date format has a method called parse, and it is taking string source. Give me the date in the format in the form of string, meaning give me the date in double quotes. If you give me double quotes, that says string. So if it is in a string format, then you can do concat, you can do replace, that kind of stuff. But you can't do things like, hey, can you tell me if this day is later than today? Tell me if this day, can you give me the month of this one? Can you give me the year of this one? You can't get all of those details. To get all of those details, you need your date to be in actual date format, right? Now, it is taking a string and it is giving you an object form. It is giving you date object form. Any confusion? Now look at it. stf.parse. Now we have to give in this particular format. Let's say, what is the format we're talking about? 01, 01, 2015. Understand here one thing. I'm asking everybody to understand something here. Now what I am giving is a string. How do you know that? I'm putting in the double quotes. That is not a date. It is actually a date in the string format. I'm giving it a string to this guy and saying that, hey, can you please parse this one? Meaning take out this one, take out this one, take out this one, and fully populate into a date object and give me the date object. Once I get the date object, I can do a lot of things with the date objects. I can do a lot of things with once I get the date. See here, I can check if this particular date is after a certain date. I can check if this particular date is before this one, and I can check a particular date. These are all deprecated. Deprecated, if you see deprecated here, meaning do not use this one. Do not use these methods. If you want to get seconds, months, minutes, get hours, all of this, do not use these methods. Rather use, there is a different class called calendar. We'll talk about it in a minute. Okay. So if you want to do any of this, you need the date representation there. Okay. Now look at the date representation. Once you get the parse, right? Now it is giving you date. Now I'll say date Jan 1st equal to stf.parse. This particular parse method will throw an exception called parse exception. Because what happens if you said mmddyy, but if you give like this, it has to throw exception, right? Because you said I will pass the date in this particular format, but you are passing some junk. I can understand your intention. So it will throw exception. So what do you want to do? Well, you can do two things if you get checked exception. Either you can rethrow it, you can handle it. Can I handle this one and do something about it? No, but I rethrow it. So control 1 and I'll say throws. I'll just put it in my method as throws. Okay. Now look at this one. This is Jan 1st. Okay. Now let us print Jan 1st. Okay, let us print Jan 1st. See, Thursday, January 1st, blah blah. I mean that midnight, EST 2015. Did you get it? So this is how you get the date object. Now, okay, I can take questions at this point before I talk about calendar and then more.
Okay, I got two questions.
Yes.
Okay, see this throws parse exception.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, will you come to these exceptions later on? Because I'm not very clear about this throws verb. I all the time see it and I have also used it, but I don't have much knowledge
we
about
talked
it.
about it, right? And this that's what we're supposed to watch the video.
In the video, okay, that's fine. That goes out of the way.
Or here.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
I didn't see a video. Okay, that's one thing. And second thing is this. See the simple date format within quotes MMDDYY.
Right.
So this one is a standard allowable format, right?
No,
It's not
I'm
just
saying
something that I'm
any
making up.
format here. If you don't want slashes, take out the slashes, and then all we are saying is, hey, take date in this particular format and do both the sides, meaning from string to date, date to string. That's all.
Yeah. That's
See
fine.
here?
But the question is, first question is that Java has to understand MMDDYY or MM/DD/YY.
Okay.
So that has to understand. So that's a standard allowable format, right?
No, what I'm saying is this uppercase M means something. That is why I was showing here. So simple date format, right? See here, this uppercase means month in year. Okay. Lowercase means DD means day in month. This Y, lowercase y means year. Okay. So what I'm saying is this slash has no meaning is my point. Look at it. Look at it. All you are saying is if somebody provides a date, if somebody provides a date with this particular format, are you getting it?
Yeah, I'm seeing. I'm trying to understand. Let me see.
So
I'm going to hear it out.
if somebody provides a date in this particular format, understand it. Or somebody, let's not do
Okay.
this.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Instead of YYY, if you put YYYK, just an absurd thing.
Okay.
That won't make any sense, right?
No, that won't make any sense because
So
you
Y
have
has to make
use-
sense.
see
Okay.
here, you have to use only these letters.
Got it. Now it's clear. That's what I'm saying, that it must
got-
have been defined somewhere.
Yep, you got it right.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, okay.
It's like the to-date function in Oracle, actually. See, we have
Yes,
a to-date
exactly.
function. It's like that.
Exactly.
Got it. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that's like that.
Look at it. See 4/2/2015, it is throwing like this. And now let's say that I want minutes and seconds and hours also. Look at it, HH. So I'll just do a space, or I'll say slash HH dash. It doesn't matter. You can say dash dash. You can do anything, and you can go bonkers. SS. Okay. And then give me the time zone, the general time zone also. You give me the time zone here, okay? Or, hey, give me the AM PM marker also. So I'll just say AM PM. See that? Now it is telling you PM. So in whatever the format that you ask it, it's saying 8:03:51 right now. It's PM. Okay, but you want the hours to be in 0 to 23. Now change it to uppercase H like this.
Correct.
Now you will get, instead of 8, you will getting 20:04.
Yeah, actually, see, you know why I asked? Because in Oracle, you have complete bundling like MMYYDD or MMDDYY, MM-DD, all kinds of variations. They give all those bundlings. So I was looking for whether you had some kind of a bundling, but you have a more at an atomic level, like D, Y,
Yes.
M. That's what I was really.
I mean, I don't want to answer your question now, but if I understand it right, in Oracle also, it's exact same thing. You can do either dashes, you can do slashes, you can do whatever you want. There is no preset thing, but we can take it offline.
I have question.
Absolutely.
Yeah, can Java give the difference? Two dates means one date is 01/04/2013 and the other date is 01/03/2015.
I'm coming there. Okay. Now date demo 2, but before that probably. So now this is about date, right? Now actually date, if you look at it, a lot of methods in date have been deprecated, because see, if you want to get, if there is a date object there, okay, I want to get minutes, I want to get hours, I want to get date, I want to parse it, I want to, year, I want to get time, I want to get minutes. All of these methods, pretty much everything is deprecated in Java, other than once you get the object, okay, you can do after and before. These are not deprecated, but everything else is. If you want to get any minute level details, like if you want to get the hour, you want to get the seconds, you want to get all of this, then you don't want to use date, rather you want to use a different class called calendar. There is a different representation there called calendar. Calendar, java.util has a calendar class here. And now calendar, if you look at it, see, you can get time in milliseconds, you can get time zone, you can get week, year, you can get what else can you get? You can get any field, meaning you can get, they defined bunch of fields here. See all of this one? You can get, one second. You can get era, you can get era, you can get hour, you can get hour of day, you can get milliseconds, you can get minutes, you can get PM, you can get week of the month, you can get week of the year. All of this information you can get it from calendar. And one of the simplest way of using the calendar is an abstract class actually, if you look at it. So you cannot really instantiate it. Public abstract class. Look at it. You cannot really instantiate it. They provided one implementation of this calendar called Gregorian calendar. And this Gregorian calendar sets epoch calendar or something like that. So see this one, proleptic, Gregorian, and Julian calendars. So it implements these calendars, these Greek calendars, I believe. And then now this is how, but you don't have to. You can actually get the instance of the calendar two ways. You can say now equal to new Gregorian calendar. You cannot instantiate calendar because calendar is an abstract generic one. Okay, you can get like this, and now you can do a simple now. It actually creates a new calendar entry as of now. Okay, so this is now. Look at it. Look at the information here. So boy, but see here, week of month 1, day of month 2, year is 92. Lot of information, right? Now we can get a specific information to make sense. Now dot get, let's get a field. These are, they defined public final constants. So calendar has some constants, like let's say year. Okay, I want to get year. So now let's say, well, what is it written? Int. So int year equal to this one. So now let's say year equal to year is 2015. Now let's get something else. Calendar dot month. Okay. Now you got month. Month is 3. Why is the month 3? Is there any other field that, let's look at month. Field number for get and set indicating the month. Okay. We are getting now, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Why is it?
Venkat, can you print now again and see what is this printing exactly? Can you do that?
Sure. So it's printing all the information about the Gregorian calendar, right? So it's actually, this is the by the way, time in Java, and not only in Java, but in a lot of programming languages, is they count the time based on the number of milliseconds passed since January 1st, 1970. That is the standard calendar. Okay.
That is the, actually I think it's the timestamp, correct?
No,
Yeah,
that's actually, they call it epoch, they call it epoch something, right?
No, no, Venkat, it's
Yeah.
called a timestamp.
No.
In all other, can you just check if there is a timestamp class?
Oh yeah, there is, we'll talk about it. I mean, java.sql timestamp, we'll talk about that later. But see here, an instant in time can be represented by a millisecond value that is an offset from the epoch. Actually, there is a, I don't know what is this epoch actually, but see the January 1st, 1970. So according to the Gregorian calendar, this one has some significance actually. Epoch time. It's nothing to do with Java. It's everything. See, the current Unix epoch time is these many milliseconds, meaning these are the milliseconds from, or the seconds. This is giving in seconds, but here it's actually represented in the milliseconds since January 1st, 1970. Okay, that's how, not only Java, actually several programming languages depends on this epoch time. So anyways, so now let's get more fields. I didn't get it why the month is like that. Maybe anything else is there? Minute, Monday, milliseconds. Let's get the minutes. Oh, we did not print the minutes. Okay. Sorry. So 8:14, yes. And then probably hours. And now we can directly get the hours.
Venkat, probably they are 2 weeks back in the Gregorian calendar, and therefore.
Oh, so they're 2 weeks back in the Gregorian calendar? Hello? They're 2 weeks back in the Gregorian calendar? Okay. Then actually, let's look at it. If something like this happens, how do we handle it, right? Let's go to the constructor here. Actually, if you read this, probably it tells you. In those countries, you adopt the Gregorian calendar first, whatever. So where is the constructor here? Yeah. Now, see here. Now, if it constructs a Gregorian calendar based on the current time in the default time zone with the given locale. So this one actually, if you create a calendar with this one here, okay, so what you are saying is, hey, please create the calendar based on my locale. My locale meaning based on the location. Okay, the locale is actually EN stands for US English, and then DE stands for German, DE or DO. So you have different locations. Okay, the different Canadian is CA. So you have all the locales actually. See here. So you have based on the Canadian time, based on English, French, German, Italy, Japan. You can do based on all of this. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, hours, minutes, and then seconds probably. We don't need it. I think you got the point. You got the point. Now, calendar now, right? Now, from calendar, if you want the date, right? From calendar, you can get the java.util.rate. Now dot get date. No. Let's look at the API of the calendar. So which method returns date? Get time. See this one? Java dot get time will give you the date. You are converting from one object to the another object now. Now in date object or now date object. Okay. Now we just talked about the date. Java.util.date. This is what it gives, and then now you can print this guy. Yep. Now it is converting the Gregorian calendar. The one Leonard was saying, Gregorian calendars, Julian calendars by default are 2 weeks before. So now this date will automatically, it will take that one, because when you get the time underneath, what happens is everything is based on the number of milliseconds passed since January 1st, 1970. So now this one will convert to your local timestamp, local time zone. Everything is local time zone here. Anyways, so now this is about calendar and date. Now let's talk about two dates, right? Now let's talk about date demo 3. Now calendar, you can directly do like this, your calendar. Gregorian calendar has constructors here. See, none of this I know before the class, before this second, I did not know about it, and you don't have to know about it. So just read the API, read the documentation, and then do your job. That is my point. Okay. So see here, you provide your year, you provide your month, you provide your day, and then it will construct the new Gregorian calendar based on this one. So let's say January 1st, 2015. Okay. New Gregorian calendar. And then let's use year 2015, and then next one is month, I believe. Yeah, one, day of the month, one. Okay. Now let's do now if you want to convert this January 15 into date and print it just for the kicks, you can take a look at it. Let's say date 1 equal to get time. Okay, you can print it and see in a human readable format. Sunday, Feb 1st, 2015. Because day of the month, yeah, because this is the time zone. Oh, problem. You have to provide a Gregorian calendar of time zone. Does it take any time zone? This is again going back to this guy. Yep, see this one? It will construct a Gregorian calendar based on the current time in the given time zone with the given locale. So let's say our time zone, java.util.time zone. No, it is already EST. Because the Gregorian calendar is slightly different, right? So day of the month, hour, int, minute, day of the month, and let's provide the locale, but it doesn't matter because that's how it's going to construct. Day of the month is 1, and then the actual month. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Let's take a look at this one. Maybe I didn't read the API properly. Look at it, guys. I'm sorry. As I told you, I have never. I don't want to say I've never used it, but I'll tell you. I'll make some statements in a couple of minutes. But I wanted to show you that without knowing anything, you just walk into any company and then using just purely based on API, how to read the API. That's all my presentation today. So all of this, I've not by hearted. I don't know anything, so I'm just coming here. And in fact, Java date API source sucks that we don't use it as is. Actually, we don't use any of this in real-time world. We use a more immutable, much more matured API for Java dates called Joda-Time. So Joda-Time API is an excellent API, and this is what we use it. All the people, but this is just, we are in a core Java world, so that is why I'm just talking about it. Anyways, so I didn't read the API properly. Look at it. Month, the value used to set month calendar field in the calendar, month value is 0 based. It's not 1 based. So example 0 is for January. Did you look at it? So that's, I did not read the API probably and complaining, right? This is January 1st. And now let's look at January 14th. Okay, January 1st, 2015. So let's say January 14th, 2015. I'll say January 1st, 2015. Okay, and now you can say date 2 equal to January 14th, 2015. Fantastic. Now let us see if calendar has any dates to even look at let's look at what methods have been are available to compare the dates. Okay, see here. Now you can check whether this particular date is after the second date, that the date provided. You can check whether it is before, and then, sorry, get display names, greater, get instance, get list maximum, get time, is role set. Okay. Let's do this one. Let's do after. January 1st, 2015 dot. Is this after? Is this guy after? Is this guy after the date that you passed? Right? So you can check the results right now. Yep. So this guy is not after this one. But if you can check the before, now before is true. Okay? And now if you want to get the compare to, it compares the time values, milliseconds from them represented by two calendar objects, and you will get you can look at this guy here. The value 0 if the time represented by the actual is equal to the time, if it's exact same. If it's less than 0, if it is negative, then this guy is before, then if it is positive, if it is after. And now you can add a particular field and get it. Actually, I'll show you now. Let's say this is January 1st, right? Now let's do a Feb 1st. How do I get Feb 1st underscore 2015 equal to, what I'll do is Jan 1st 2015 dot add calendar dot month, and then amount is 1. Okay, so, and this calendar is now this guy, I have added 1 month to this one. Now take a look at it. Now your date 1 is February 1st. Now if you look at it, your calendar is mutable or immutable? Your calendar is mutable or immutable?
I think immutable.
Calendar is?
Oh, okay. Okay. I can only extend mutable ones, right?
Think one more time.
I can extend only mutable ones. Mu.
No, that's not right. Actually, extending and mutability,
yeah.
There is no relation.
Okay. Mutability means you're talking about mutable as a class, right? You're talking about the class mutability.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh, okay, fine. Okay, no, sorry, I can't say. I give up.
That's why. Think here, based on this one. I created a calendar object here for January 1st, 2015 here, guys. Okay. And now I'm adding 1 month to
mutable
this one.
Then. Mutable.
I'm adding 1 month to
mutable,
this one.
mutable.
Think.
You're adding to that calendar.
You're correct.
See, one thing.
Don't,
one thing.
don't,
Okay.
Don't.
Now, yeah, I got my answer.
No,
No,
don't get
calendar.
confused. Don't get confused. Don't get confused. Say. Madhavi, go ahead.
Because the calendar is the 12 months, so we are means it's a not change. We are only.
I highlighted line of code.
No, it's mutable.
I highlighted the line of code and I highlighted the result here. I highlighted both of them and you tell me. Simple.
No, it's mutable. It's mutable.
Apparently it's mutable, but if it is behaving like a string, that apparently looks like mutable, but internally it's not mutable. It may be something like that. We won't be able to
I
say.
think you're here storing it in a different variable, right? Like date 2, sorry, date 1.
Boy,
It's like similar to the
it's very simple.
string buffer.
Let me say this guy. Yes, you guys are right. Shovan is right. Leonard is right. Rohit is right. Yes, you guys are all right. See here. We created a calendar object here with January 1st, 2015, right?
Correct.
Okay. And now I added 1 month here. Okay. I added 1 month and now I printed that object here and it gave me Feb 1st. So I was able to change the original object itself.
Apparently.
I mean, it's
Apparently.
fact.
But if it's behaving like a string,
No.
then it's not.
Is not is what I'm saying, Sean.
Okay.
It's not apparently. It's a fact. It is mutable. That's what I wanted to say. So look at it. This is January 1st, but I was able to add here, and I just printed the same object, and it printed Feb 1st.
Okay, then I'll ask you something. The same thing is happening.
No.
in the case of string.
Let's be 1 second, Sean. I'll answer everybody's question, but I wanted to, based on the result, I wanted to say this, and I wanted to see if everybody is on the same page. I created a calendar object here with January 1st, and I said, hey, add 1 month to it, and then the same object I printed it, and I got Feb 1st. So it is mutable. It is a fact. It is mutable.
Fine.
Yeah. Okay, now Sean, you ask first.
No, the question is that kind of behavior we are seeing in the case of string also.
No.
But behind the screens, what's happening is it's giving a different object.
No. We're not seeing the same thing. What we are doing in the case of string is this one. It is giving a brand new calendar. If it gives a brand new calendar and if I assign that one to this variable, then it is immutable. That's how string behaves. Well, I'll just show you here, right?
Yeah, let's go back there.
Look at it. So once I do the concat, I'm actually pointing my name to the newly created object. I'm pointing my name to the newly created third object. I'm pointing my name to the newly created fourth object. But that is not what you do in your string buffer. Look at it. The original object itself is getting changed. So string buffer is mutable. Your calendar is mutable. And in fact, just understand this. You got it, Sean? You're a little confused. Did I confuse you?
No, it's okay. It'll take some time to sink in actually. After the class, I'm going to see it and
Sure,
then
I agree.
So if you see that that example where Venkat has with the S, like string S is equal to, and then he assigned the S value to a new object. That would make more sense. You do understand that one.
Venkat, if you show that S dot replace that demo, maybe that we can just show like the hash code values of yes and S dot replace, then both are different. So that's why we are saying string is immutable, but string buffer is mutable.
Correct.
Now if you see this one, you would understand quick.
Yeah, I think Jyoti's example is good actually. This also makes it very clear.
If I don't,
We are
if I take this
replacing-
out, sorry, if I take this out, okay, even though there is a replace and there is a new object created, but my original object, when I print S, I still get a ABC even after replacing. Are you getting it?
Run it, execute it once.
Absolutely. Because it is giving, in the case of immutable object, you can never change the original object. It gives you a brand new object. If you want, you can make your S point to the newly created object. That's all. Make sense?
Okay.
So your calendar is mutable. I want you to write this in your brain. In fact, for that matter, your date object is also mutable. That is why you will hear from all the other programming languages that Java date system sucks. they make fun of our dates and calendar API because it is so non-intuitive, and it is so error prone also, actually speaking. Okay, because it's they made it mutable wrongly, so the design decision is very bad. Okay, so that is why Java date system really is so bad. Anyways, that is why we always use the alternative systems. We never use this one. That is why there are so many util classes. There are so many libraries to fix the Java date API. So actually Java itself has kind of fixed it in Java 8 to an extent. No, actually Java 8, they fixed it. They fixed all of this, and they created a new date time API like Joda time. It's based on a library called Joda time. I was just showing you this one. So they got inspired based on that. And anyways, so this is your this one and this one. And now let's find out. We got the 2 dates, right? As I was saying, dot get time. See here, get time in millis will give you, it will give you milliseconds starting from January 1st, 1970. Okay, long date 1 millis. This is like a milliseconds, right? If you want to find out the difference between 2 dates, how do we do that? Now your January 14th, I can comment this guy if you want. Okay, so now date 2 milliseconds, and now you get the difference. Long difference equal to date 2 milliseconds minus date 1 millis, right? Now you got the difference between these 2 dates in milliseconds. Now how do I get it? My difference in millis, right? Now long difference in second equal to difference in milliseconds divided by 1000 will give you seconds, right? Long difference in minutes equal to your difference in seconds divided by 60, right? Agree, everybody? Long difference in hours equal to difference in minutes by 60, right? And long difference in days equal to difference in hours divided by 24, right? Now you can print something like a difference in days equal to difference in days, something like that. So this is how you typically do it. Okay, so between that one and this one you got 13 days difference. So but Java is not providing you any high-level API to do the number of days like this. That is why when I started my career, what we used to do is we used to write our own util classes, date utils, and we used to do this in a very hard-earned way. But there are a lot of APIs now. One of them is Apache's Common Slang. We'll talk about this very end of the course. And then look at this Java Joda time. This is the best datetime API possible. So see here, and you can simply do simple calculations like this. Datetime dot get month of year is 2. If it's February month, return then datetime dot get day of the month greater than 26. It's like you can do a lot of simple things without having to do all of this. But this is what it is. Okay, this is what we have been given, and until JDK 7. All the people, like especially Ruby developers and Scala developers, they make fun of Java developers, saying, you know, your Java dates suck. Java date sucks. It actually sucks. I mean, we have to accept it. If possible, can you show the manual code which you formed for it? I didn't understand that. Rohit, can you speak?
I mean the util code which you wrote yourself for that. Can you show that? I mean, which you wrote that basically without using the util classes?
Oh, it's simple, right? You know, take 2 dates, take 2 calendars. I mean,
Okay.
Date utils, let's say. Okay.
Getting the calendar date, you're using the util API, right?
No, I'm saying in the beginning we used to write our own, is what I'm saying. But now there are a lot of APIs. You want examples?
No. The ones which you wrote on your own, that is what I'm looking for, not the one which is existing right now.
Oh, this is like 15 years back. There is no reason to write this kind of stuff by our own. Why? No, I'm saying if you want, I'm saying.
I'm just kind of to look into that. So
see here, buddy. Date util, right? I mean, of course, it will be static. Let's say public int get difference in days. Okay. I mean, there is no way I'll do it now, but look at it. Day 1, comma, calendar, day 2. Calendar, day 2, right? I mean, whatever, day 2 probably. Okay. You take either dates or calendars. It doesn't matter. Both of them work, right? So both of them, you get the get difference in days. Simple.
Okay.
Right? That's it.
Okay.
You get it? So date 1, date 2, that's it.
Okay.
And now, finally, you just say return. Right? This is your util, right, Rohit?
Yeah.
Agree?
Yep.
But of course, this becomes static. Probably we didn't talk about static, but I'm just saying. I think you got it. Right?
Yep.
This is exactly how we used to do it, but there is no reason to do it now. Nope. I will not recommend at all. If I see anyone using their own date util, I really ask, what's the reason for that? Okay? Because I don't want to reinvent the wheel. If it's already been written by people who are smarter than us, there is no reason to rewrite that. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's well tested by millions of companies or millions of projects across the globe. So there is no reason to reinvent it and write our own. Anyways, I think you got the point. This is about it. And now, can I let you all go with one small, small question?
Yes.
This is my question. String question. Or, yeah, whatever. So, I will give you, this is what, given a sentence of words separated by spaces, reverse the words. Example 1. Okay? World is beautiful. This one should return beautiful is world. Example 2. Whatever. Pen is mightier than sword. I think I'll we all must have by-hearted this when we were kids, right? Based on your background, at least I did that. So, okay. So, sword.
So we have to do a for loop and just reverse that. Read it in an array or a linked list or something and just reverse it. That's it. Right? In the for loop, just do it from 0 to 10, 0 to x, and then x to 0. Right?
Good. Yep. And how do we get this individual words? But let me ask people, different people. Let me see if any ideas that I can get. What is the first point here? What is the first point here in the logic? Oma, did you get the question? Or
Shall I tell you?
Yes, I
You
got
Venkat?
I wanted to give. I know you guys did in other programming languages, so it's right.
We have to use a split. And
Split, exactly. We're on the same page. Thank you.
Okay, Uma, did you get the point? You know what? The first point is we got this one, right? This is a word, this is a word, and this is a word, right? So first from this string, this is a string, right, Uma?
Yeah.
From the string, we need to get these individual words, and for that, what we have been given is they are separated by spaces. So we have to get these words. So these individual words. So get the array of the words. Get the array of words separated by space. And now this is a string, right? Now let's look at our Java API. Let's look at our Java API. Java.lang.string. And now here, let's look for any methods that they can do it. So what are we looking for? Essentially, we are looking for breaking or splitting or stripping or something like that, right? So, right, there is a method called split. But how do I know, or how does Jyoti know, or how does Shovan know, or how these people know? I don't think anybody would have by-hearted this one. Just go through all of them and look at it. See this one? Split string regex. Let's look at that. Oh, splits this string around matches of the given regular expression. If you don't understand regular expression, I mean, you can provide your own expression, meaning that separation. You can just use just the space here and you will get it. So say regular expression colon, see here, boo. Can you please mute yourself? I'm sorry if any background noise. So if boo colon and colon foo, okay, then use a regular expression colon, then it gives you array with the first one as boo and foo. Are you getting it? So the way we do it is, okay, now let's take a string. I'll give you the string, right? String str equal to pen is mightier than sword. Okay. I'll take this as an example. Okay. Now str, the string has a method called split. Okay. You give your regular expression, meaning separated by what? Meaning, how do you want these these characters or words to be split? Okay, are these strings to be split? Space. See here, I'm giving the space, meaning every time you see a space, so it goes from P. The next one is E. Next one is N. Next one is space. Oh, there is a space. So let me take out all of this pen and put it into a separate string, and it creates a. And then it's a space. Now take out this. After space again IS. Oh, again space. Okay. Then this string I'll take and put it into a separate. So all of these will be separated. Pen is mightier than sword. All these 5 words will be separated by the spaces, and it gives you, actually, if you look at mouse over here, string array. It is giving you string array. Are you getting it? Are you getting it now? Uma, did you get this point actually?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now if you just print just the words, now you will get it that way. See here? I mean, you're not getting that as is, but let's say words of 0. Okay, the first one in the array. See, that is pen. If you ask for words of 1, is the third one in the array, mightier, like that. Okay, that is how now you got the string array. Now I want in a different way. So maybe I'm solving for you guys. Do you want to go home and take a look at it? Now you do a for loop here.
Venkat, you already mentioned one of the examples, so maybe we can do it.
You can do it? Okay.
Or do it in a different way. I mean, like instead of split, we can use length. And from length, we can go from length to 0. That's another way of doing it.
No.
It's another way of, but the simplest is using the split.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that length way though.
No, it won't work.
Right, exactly. You need this one. Now,
you need it,
Uma, I'm telling you, if at all, or anyone else, I'm sorry for picking anyone. I'm just making sure everybody gets it. This is one of the popular interview questions. Very, very popular. Let's put it that way. Okay. So once you get the words here, right, what we do is we will now reverse it. Right? Now you take the for loop here. Maybe people may think that, I'm giving too much details. If you want to try and go home, and if not, then I can, if you're okay, I can explain it in another 30 seconds or 60 seconds.
Yeah,
I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
See here. What I'm saying here is that, so we have these words like this, right? We have these words like this. This is the array 1, array 0, array 1, array 2, array 3, array 4, like that, right? Now what we need is, we have to start from back. What is the length of this array? Tell me. How do I find out if the length of this array? There is a property called length, right?
Yeah.
So now, let's say int length equal to, okay, words dot length. Now, what you do is, now, if length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the length is 5, right? But you have to start from, what is the index of this one? Tell me. What is the index of this one?
0.
Hello. Index of this one is 0.
Index of that one. Oh, sorry. 1, 2,
4,
3.
right?
4.
1.
Length
minus 1
it's
is
length
actually, no, length minus 1.
Oh, counting from
length is 5, right? Because length actually starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. But actually, it starts from length minus 1.
Index starts from 0.
Exactly. Length minus 1. This is the last one.
0 less than.
I greater than or equal to 0.
Less than.
I'm going reverse, right? I'm going reverse now, right? So first time it is, int I.
Yeah.
I equal to length minus 1, and then I greater than or equal to 0. So as long as you have greater than or equal to 0, you go into that, right? Agree? Once it goes to minus 1, then you will stop it there, right? Now let's print it just for the sake, right? Now words of, now I want I, right? Let's print it and see what happens.
But you need the space in between.
Now you'll get, no, space, we'll worry about it. No,
okay.
It's a first thing, right? Sword, than, mightier, is, pen. We got everything, right? Now, these strings, now we have to put it into something. I need a bag to put all the strings. What can I use?
Concat.
We talked about, I can use string buffer, right?
String buffer, yeah.
String buffer. Reversed string equal to new string buffer, right? Now I will keep adding to this container. Now I don't have to print it, this guy. I'll just say append. How do I append now? Words of I, right? Right? And then I also have to append a space, right? for each, after each word, after sword, then I have to put the space there, right? I'll put a space there. Agree?
Yeah.
Everything is getting added into this string buffer. Now finally, I will go ahead and print it. I'll just say toString and it will print for me. There is a small defect, but that's okay. See here, sword is then mightier is pen. But the small defect here is that even the after pen, there is, you will get an extra space here. See that? Because you are adding spacing for everything. So what you need to do is, do you know what you need to do?
Trim it.
No. I mean, you can probably, once you add it, you can do, you can definitely trim it, the last space, but you don't even have to add it.
Check it.
You don't even have to add it. If I is equal to 0, meaning if it's the last one, or if I is not equal to 0, as long as it is not the last one, go ahead and append it. But the last one, don't append it. Are you guys getting it?
Yeah. Yeah, but I would think that's more expensive because at each iteration is doing an if and that thing. So I think that's a little more expensive in terms of performance. But at this stage, it's okay, fine.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. It's not really, but that's okay. You can even do blindly and then do a last this one also. Even there, actually, you will iterate is my point, but that's okay.
Okay.
Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uma?
Yes, got it.
I mean, did you get how we approached? My point is not this one. I'm sure you know about this one. I'm sure you can do this one. That's not a problem. My point is, how did I know that there is a split? In fact, I did not, honestly. I have to go here and then look at all the methods for a string. That's my point. That's the main point here. API. Okay? Okay, go home and sleep.
But you said, yeah.
Go ahead, please.
You said in Chrome you have that feature to search that
right,
right?
Right.
Is it same in Firefox too? Because I don't have Chrome. So.
Can you install? I don't think Firefox has that feature.
Okay, even in Chrome, how do you get that plugin? That's also my question.
Java doc.
Oh, okay.
Chrome Java doc plugin. Java doc search this one. Go to your marketplace and then just add it to Chrome.
From marketplace, okay. Okay, that's one thing. I got a question, one more. That's a very trivial one, logistical question. See, in your SVN, if I want to search for some string, how do I do it? Within your SVN. Within my area, I can. But when I go to your area, how should I do it?
No, get everything. This whole thing is a project, right, Shrav?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That whole thing is a project, right?
Correct. At the project level, when I give search, and then if I give remote, because remote is your area, right?
Remote is my area. Okay. In remote, you can't search until you.
I cannot search.
No, until you get it to locally, you can't do it.
So I cannot search your search stuff in your area, right?
You got it, sir. No, you can't.
Okay, that's fine. Fine, no problem. That's okay.
I hope that's.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Thank you very much, man. It's all very good things, actually.
No problem. Yep, this is what it is. So yeah, I mean, I think it's, in my opinion, it's very important class. One of the important ones. So please go home and work on it. And then this is the reason why I asked you to watch this, this kind of what do you call that? I handled it very well here. So there is no reason to repeat that. That is why rather we can spend time on this kind of life things. Okay? And now I did my duty. Now I have some homework for you guys. Everybody, I want all of you to come to Sunday's class only if you watch this one. I mean, I'm stressing it. That's all. Don't take it in any other way. See this one?
I think Leah has some point.
Yeah, Leah has some point.
What is that? Can you change the topic for Sunday because we have? I'm sorry. Okay. Yep. That's very good point, Leonard. I am sorry, didn't think about it.
How about Saturday?
His point is Saturday, huh?
Yeah, Saturday. I would also like to have it on Saturday, this topic. Because I've got a personal reason and I better be prepared for that with this topic.
Let's ask Leonard. Leonard, are you okay with Saturday? First of all, before I ask myself. Saturday is busy too. Okay. So you don't want class on Saturday, Leonard?
Yeah. I am also busy on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. Can we talk about something else then? I mean, this one I'll postpone, but can we proceed with the class either on Saturday or Sunday?
Yes.
Guys? You know, this one we'll wait. We'll wait for everybody.
Actually, Venkat, it's a long weekend here, so
I got it.
There's some plans going on.
I got it. Okay, it's fair.
It's a spring break also, so we are going out.
It is fair. It's fair. Okay.
Yeah, she said, I think.
Let's do it on Monday. Can we do it on Monday?
Venkat?
Yeah.
Sorry. I think Leah, she's okay on Sunday, so can we make it on Sunday? She already wrote you.
Who is speaking? Antenna?
Yeah, this is Antenna. I think Leah is okay with Sunday. She prefers Sunday.
Yeah. Right. Other people, is that okay? Sunday we'll talk about something else.
This weekend, if it's possible.
Okay. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. Go ahead.
Maybe we can revise the topics, or probably these guys don't miss the class with a new topic, so we can revise the existing ones if we want, right?
Yeah, I think we can. We better.
Okay.
Because we
Okay.
The agile class on Sunday.
Okay. No agile. I mean, that one I agree. But the revision we can do it. Is that okay, guys? I mean,
I'm okay
we'll try building something else,
Yeah.
We'll work on, these classes, libraries, etc.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, you're not missing a whole lot of this one, but this is my point though. Sunday no class, that's fine, but you have to finish this one tomorrow itself. There is no way, okay? Because this one I'm going to discuss it. Can I discuss this on Monday itself? Not on Tuesday?
Monday is...
Monday.
Monday is actually Monday is there's no class actually. I was not scheduled for it. Monday is Tuesday.
I'm making it up now.
Oh, making it up. No, Monday I've got a plan actually.
Okay. Then finally, okay, Tuesday.
Sunday was okay for me. I didn't have any
okay, final. It's Tuesday.
Okay.
We have a class on Sunday as usual at 9 o'clock. If not, we can do, because let's do it on 9, or let's do it 10 because it's going to be short. Then let's do it 10 to 12. Sunday at 10 to 12, we'll talk about something, we'll revise certain things, we'll go back, and then, okay?
Okay. Yeah, that's better.
Sorry, Venkat Krishna, you were saying something, but unnecessary.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he said religion is in the way of progress, but it's a necessary evil. You can't help it.
No, it's all vacation and fun, man. It's not
exactly.
Not exactly that.
Exactly.
I agree. I mean, it's No, good point, Leonard. I appreciate it. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm sorry. Okay, we respect that, and definitely, yeah, not a class like this one. But there is no point. I want all of you to, not this one. I want all of you to watch this, and don't come on Tuesday if you don't watch it.
Okay.
I'm saying like that because I want all of you to really come up with this, because we have to beat this guy. Okay, I'll make it interesting. Let's do it. And in fact, I will, whatever the problem that we just solved it, this guy, the string reverser, I will do it differently on Tuesday. I will test drive it for you. You watch this guy, come with a lot of confidence, a lot of this one, a lot of questions. Let's test drive it. Okay? Take care, guys, everybody.
That the reverse string is an important interview question. Why did you say that? I mean,
yeah.
Why?
I mean, it's simple, but at least it has been asked, a couple of times, so that's why. Not a couple of times, a lot of times. Let me put it this way.
I mean, is it because of the logic, the way it's working, or like what is that exactly in that?
They just picked some. I mean, this is not the only one, Rohit. This is one of the questions that I encountered and my students encountered in the past. That's why I picked it. But there are a lot of questions like that.
So on Sunday, one thing, if I can make a request, can we discuss about interview questions on Sunday?
Yeah, that would be better. I mean, maybe questions of this kind.
Okay. Questions of this kind, meaning puzzles kind of thing, huh? I mean, the coding questions. The coding questions, huh?
Interview questions.
Everything. Okay, let's do it everything. Coding questions and non-coding questions. Okay?
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
Questions.
Non-coding questions. Okay. We'll do that.
Yeah. So till now, whatever we covered, so everything can be covered and it will be like a revision for all of us.
Then let's do this one. Can you guys, I mean, I can do it, but this one also, if you guys can watch it, then that will be better. Multi-threading thing.
Multi-threading? Okay.
Because it's a simple concept. Okay. I mean, especially for interviews, it's a very simple concept, and I can cover a lot of things then. And we can actually type. One of us can, as I speak, we can take the notes and then publish to everybody, and then we can do that.
Okay, Venkat, I can help you over there. I've got my notes actually. Pretty exhaustive notes.
Okay.
And I can share it with you, but only thing is that has the timings also in them, like at which instant of a record of a video what begins, but that's from the previous years. And I'm updating it with this year's also.
Right. No. What I'm saying is Sunday, as we talk, we just to, in the past, couple of my students did that way. One student, Satya, she actually helped me with that. She actually noted down everything, and then she sent it to everybody. So we can do it. Not a big deal. Okay.
I have one question.
Yeah, Leonard, tell me, sir.
I wanted to ask you about the last class homework, like about library. I wanna change a little bit the assignment. Can I do it a little bit in different way? I want to create like few classes only, like interface, and after that.
Absolutely.
Okay, I have to drop off, huh? Sorry about that. I've got some
problem.
personal things. Thanks, bye.
Okay, Leonard, yes, not a problem. Go ahead and do it.
All right, thank you.
I wanted to see that too. Actually, that will be interesting too.
Okay,
I want as many perspectives as possible. In fact, I'm going with a clean mind. I'm going with zero perspective. So I'll just take whatever you take it. So, okay. It's late already. So have a good night, everybody. Take care. I will change the recording, and then I will.
Can you record it on Sunday? Because I am Sunday, so.
I will. Definitely, I will. Every word of mine, I mean, so far I never missed anything, right? Even though I'm a little late in some of them uploading it, but I will upload this one tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good night,
Good night.
everybody. Bye.
Good night, Venkat.